Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. As you all know, the death of James Bashara took place 1 year and 3 months ago on January the 24th of 2012. You are aware, of course, of a few of the things that have happened in the interim. Joseph Gens has been arrested, charged, and convicted by plea to being the shooter, and is now a cooperating witness who must give truthful testimony at Mr. Bashara's trial. He is currently serving, as you know, a 17 to 28-year sentence within the Michigan Department of Corrections. I also want to take a short time to thank, because we are very appreciative for the professionalism of his lawyer, Susan Reed, who has a stellar reputation for zealously representing her clients. And of course, you also know that Robert Bashara was arrested, charged, and convicted by plea of planning to have Mr. Gens killed while he was incarcerated. It is always best and most efficient to do the work that needs to be done on a case before it is charged, even if we know early on the direction the case is most likely going to take. We take that very seriously around here. We do not operate by the media worthiness of a case, but we operate by the complexities and needs of a case. And this case needed a great deal of care and attention for many reasons that will most likely be revealed at the proper time, place, and season. One of the biggest clues that you will soon learn, as you now have the press release, that this case to date has almost 300 witnesses and over 5,000 pages of documents that had to be examined and investigated. This investigation was conducted in Michigan, of course, Iowa, Illinois, Kentucky, Florida, Oregon, and Texas. Our resource issues severely affected the work and the pace in this case. As in every case, we are presented with a case and a suspect or suspects, but every plausible avenue still has to be checked and rechecked, and legally presentable evidence must be amassed for the prosecutor to be certainly ready to go to court. We cannot go on what we think, what we believe, or what we speculate on. This was done with one full-time prosecutor with other cases, and one other that has many duties, and 2 other prosecutors that helped when they could because they also carry full caseloads. Lisa Lindsay and Rob Moran will be prosecuting this case. You know them quite well through their work on other cases, high profile and not. And I want to spend some time now, though, talking about our partners in this case. This could not have been done and ready to prosecute without the work of our partners. First, I want to mention the Criminal Investigations Bureau, or the Division, we've changed the name, of the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, some of its investigators who are standing with us today. A large urban prosecutor's office today simply cannot survive without a Criminal Investigations Division. Of course, the Detroit Police Department, the Michigan State Police, the Grosse Pointe Park Public Safety Department, the Livonia Police Department, the Roseville Police Department, the Grosse Pointe City Police Department, the Fort Lauderdale Police Department, the Chicago Police Department, the Cook County District Attorney's Office and their investigators. We also have the Michigan Department of Corrections, the Kentucky State Police, the Lexington Post, and also our federal partners without which charging this case simply would not have been possible. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and I want to take a moment to talk about Stan Brew, who did an exemplary amount of work on this case, as well as from the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Mr. Chris Hess, that did astronomical amount of work on this case to make it successful. The United States Secret Service, I'm not going to tell you what they did because it's secret. Today, Robert Bashara has been charged with 1 count of first-degree premeditated murder, which carries a mandatory life in prison without the possibility of parole, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, which carries a term of life or any term of years in prison, solicitation to commit murder, which carries life or any term of years in prison, suborning perjury during a capital trial. And I want to give you an example. We are alleging that he was encouraging witnesses to lie under oath during proceedings during the preparation of this case. That carries a time of life or any term of years in prison. Also, we are charging him with witness intimidation. I want to give you, which is a 15-year felony, I want to give you just a few examples of what we are alleging. We are alleging that he encouraged witnesses to call in false tips. We are alleging that he tried to get a witness or witnesses to leave the state so they could not be talked to, and we are alleging that he, again, was encouraging witnesses to lie to us during the pendency of this investigation. Finally, we are charging Mr. Bashara with obstruction of justice, and that carries a 5-year felony. Mr. Bashara will be transferred from the Michigan Department of Corrections, where he is today, to the 36th District Court. When his arraignment date has been set, this information will be released to you during the week of April 22nd of this year, which I believe is next week.